guys, Thomas and Friends 47 here, and today we're taking a look at a unique item. This is the new Motorized Mighty Express Freight Nate engine. And you may be wondering, why did I buy this? And to be honest with you, it was out of curiosity. This is what replaced the majority of the Thomas section at Target, and it really got me thinking, is this compatible with Trackmaster, and is it worth it? Is it worth adding these to your Trackmaster collection? And that's what we're going to find out today. So the first thing in the packaging is this nice pamphlet, and I really like it. It shows you the different engines they have, both in the push and go range and in the motorized range. There are 5 types, I believe, in the push-along range, 3 types in the motorized, and this is the instruction booklet that came with it. It is incredibly long, and it just has a lot of information in it I really don't think you need in order to, use this model. Anyway, speaking of this model out of the box, you can see here, it does have some nice details, and from what I've seen of Mighty Express, it does look a lot like the character from that show. There's nice ladder paint, logos on the side, you also see the arm on the top. It does have some posability, including going around 360 degrees, and it can extend just slightly, which you'll see here, and then the arm on the top can also rotate as well. Very nice. And then all of that also folds up so that you can take and put it inside the engine, which you'll see here in just a moment. There we are. You also see that yellow button on the front, and that's what makes the engine go. Here's the face, and again, it looks like the show. The printing on the front for the face is that 3D texture print that looks like Mattel uses for minis, and it just doesn't have the greatest quality in person. Here's the back of the engine, and you can see there's little gray tabs there. They actually kind of look like foot ladders, so it kind of looks realistic there. And then you also see the coupling there. And then that's the button I was talking about on the front. There on the top, and then on the inside, you'll see there's actually little bits of greebling detail molded into the space there. Here's the bottom. You'll see rubber wheel tires, and the front wheels are connected on one metal axle, so they don't roll freely. They're connected together. Alright, and then here is the inside of the motor. Now, this surprised me. You'll see those little yellow tabs. There's a yellow space on the bottom, and you have to have a screwdriver after you unscrew it. Push that tab forward, or else the cover will not come off, and it took me a while to figure that out, so just keep that in mind if you purchase one of these. And then here's a 360 look at the motor underneath, and I was actually surprised to find that this motor is a little bit larger than the Trackmaster 2 motors, which you'll see here. It's a little bit longer, and it's also more wider at the bottom too. Now here's the freight car that comes with it, and I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, there isn't much that you can do with this car. You can't really put anything inside of it, it doesn't really do much, and that's basically it. I will say, from what I've seen in the show, I think I only saw like one episode, the cars are actually meant to be like different things they take with them on missions, and like it just surprised me how little there is to do with this car. I will say, it does connect 2 Trackmaster engines, so they can pull them. That's Trackmaster 2. And you'll see the coupling works pretty well there. But it also works with the older Playrail and Tomy engines like this LBSC Thomas. And, for fun, all engines go engines as well. And then you'll see here too, it connects to old Trackmaster rolling stock as well as Trackmaster 2 rolling stock. So for some reason, if you wanted to put these together, you could. Now, here's the true question. Does it run on Trackmaster 2 track? And the answer is kind of, maybe. You see, this isn't a great example. The problem is, it actually has the same problem that Trackmaster 2 engines had with original Trackmaster. And that's because of the flywheel that's underneath the main driving wheel, or the gear I should say, takes and gets caught on switches, as well as stop tracks, and just makes the whole thing derail itself. So it does not work on that. But if you were to have this on just a simple oval of Trackmaster track, with no switches, no stop tracks, then it would run pretty well. But if you're trying to run this on your standard layout, probably not going to happen. Also, for fun, it doesn't work on the loop. So all in all, what do I think of this set? Well, to be perfectly honest with you, it's interesting. It's not the worst, but it's definitely not the best. There are a lot of different things that you could get other than this, and you probably would do better. Again, I'm not a huge fan of Mighty Express. I've seen some of it, but let me go over the pros and the cons with this model. First of all, it looks a lot like the show, from the promo engine on the packaging, and just from what I remember. It does look like the show. The freight car, on the other hand, does not. This model is very well, though, in terms of running. Like, it seemed powerful. It's a heavier, like a heavy train. It seems like it's made well. It looks like it would run a lot, so those are good things. The negatives would be the lack of detail on the freight car. I think they focused so much on the engine, they completely forgot about the freight car. And there was actually a reason I chose this one other than the yellow construction engine, and that was because the bulldozer car did not move. So, like, you know, I'm sure it rolled, but the little bulldozer scoop on the car did not move. It was all completely one piece. And I was looking at that thinking, why would they make that one piece? So much potential there to add action and fun to these cars. So, if you're wanting to purchase this to add to your Trackmaster collection, I'm going to be honest with you, I think you should totally skip it. However, if you are a a Mighty Engines fan, if you want to add this model to your Mighty Engines collection, then you might want to pick this one up. But keep in mind, you're probably going to have to use the new track system that's made to go with these engines, not Trackmaster. I also want to say, I know that this was not meant to work with Trackmaster. I just wanted to see if it would. It got my curiosity up, and to be honest with you, I was pleasantly surprised. It was enjoyable review and an enjoyable engine and a unique one to add to the collection. Anyway, that's my thoughts. Let me know what you think about this model in the comments below, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye for now.